Welcome back to episode 259 of Behind the Tool Belt. Thank you for joining us on this Wednesday edition. Today we have another special guest. Stay tuned and we will be back after our short, brief, our intro from our sponsors. Yep.
Welcome to Behind the Tool Belt, where the stories are bold, the conversations are real, and the insights come to you live, raw, and uncut. Every week, host Ty Cobb Backer sits down with game changers, trailblazers, and industry leaders who aren't afraid to tell it like it is. No filters, no scripts, just the truth. Please welcome your host of Behind the Tool Belt, Ty Cobb Backer.
Welcome back, everybody. What a wonderful Wednesday. I heard it is raining in the great state of Pennsylvania, York, PA. Great day to be in York, PA. Fortunately for us, we are in the great state of South Carolina, Greenville, South Carolina, that is. Brian, my good friend Brian here, who is we're going to have to come up with a job title for you.
Gotta figure it out.
Yeah, we're going to figure it out. So director of sales training. Director of sales training, Brian Good, TC Backer Construction. That's how most things happen.
Yeah,
seriously.
Figured out on the fly.
Yeah, at TC Backers, usually on Beyond Tool Belt. 21 Turkey Salute was born here. What else? I think a whole lot of other crazy ideas. And I think most of our teammates watch this to kind of like figure out like what's next.
Yeah. What's
going through Ty's crazy mind or whoever our guest is. And we had the wonderful opportunity last week. Chris, my co-host of Beyond Tool Belt and one of the founders, it's crazy about Beyond Tool Belt. What's crazy about it is we're coming up on our 5-year mark, and next week, technically, not officially, but technically, there's a difference. Should be our 5-year milestone. Episode 260. If you divide and do the math, in my eyes, that's 5 years. But according to Victor, my great friend who snores like a angry wild boar, is stating, I think January 23rd is our exact date. That was when we decided to go live for the very first time in Shane DeGary's basement. Big shout out to Shane. And if it wasn't for Shane, I don't know. We'd have probably figured it out, but Shane definitely helped us fast track, back on iPhone 8. We had a Yeti mic even back then. I think our first one, we didn't even have a Yeti mic that plugged right into the bottom of the iPhone 8 back then. And we never realized what this would actually turn into back then. I mean, it was to plug our charitable events and the next couple of weeks, we'll probably be talking a lot about, the birth, the founding of Behind the Tool Belt, why we started it, why we continue to do it. Because I forget sometimes, and Vic will remind me or some other guest, Mark Jones called me today and, thanked me for a shout out that I think Baker actually gave him last week for his participation in the 21 Turkey Salute and everything that he donated, like crazy amounts of food and time and energy and his resources. But so big shout out again to Mark Jones and JCB Entertainment, food truck services, amazing person. He's helped us out with numerous things, the golf outing. And speaking of the birth of things, the golf outing, Steven Spence was on an episode. He's been on a couple times, and that's where he got inspired to want to do Swing for Recovery. We had a great conversation. So that the birth of Swing for Recovery happened here during a conversation on Behind the Tool Belt, and a lot of good stuff. A lot of great things came from, my public speaking, not that I'm an Ed Milet or a John Maxwell by no means, but me being comfortable with being uncomfortable has this being in front of a camera is not the easiest thing. It's like being on a virtual stage here. And we've had a lot of great guests come on and have plugged their services and the great things that they've done for our industry or locally. Chris Markey, big shout out to him, and David Bruno, who's been on the show several times, and how he's been probably one of our biggest supporters, and David KX and Zach Fishers of the world that tune in every single week for 5 years. Right. And if they're the ones why we fashionably start late every week, because they get upset and frustrated with us when we start on time, because they tend to end up missing the first 5 or 10 minutes of the show. And I think, for those of you listening for the first time, I just wanted to let you know that's why we're always late. Really, what happens is it's technology. We never know, especially early on in the early days, like we had electrical issues, we had internet issues, we had what was the name of the platform that we used to use? OBS was it was a free app that would allow you to stream from, and there was no like paid version of it. So that's all we knew at the time. And then as time went on and the better we got at this, obviously our equipment got a lot better too. We graduated from, I think, an iPhone 8 to a Canon Rebel camera. And I think we still have that same camera and lens. Right, wrong, or indifferent. We're kind of sentimental like that. We should probably put that thing in a case somewhere. That along with that iPhone 8, wherever the hell that thing got to. I'm sure if I look through my drawers at home, because I don't throw anything away. But anyhow, be good or be good at it, my man. So what's on your mind, man? What's going on?
Got a lot of things happening with Greenville. Got a lot of good things happening here.
Yeah.
Got the team coming down tomorrow. We're going to have a big family get together, paint the vision, make sure everybody's on the same page, continue rowing in the right direction. Big things happening down here. Also in York, a lot of momentum building over the last couple of months, which is crazy because like this is the time of year where things start to slow down, right? It is in this industry. And I feel like, we still got our foot firmly pressed on the gas.
Mm-hmm. No, you're absolutely right about that. There's no time to let up, right?
Yeah.
0 days off. And I don't mean that like you got to work 7 days a week, 100 hours a week, kind of thing. But like you need to do things, right? You need to prepare, you need to prep. And we talked about it earlier. Like I want to make sure that I'm mentally, physically, spiritually, educationally up to speed of where I need to be all the time. So what that for me means 0 days off, like, am I continuously getting the proper rest, which I didn't last night, eating, dieting, reading's a big thing. I'm reading a couple different books right now. That's what I mean by 0 days off, right? Like I continuously need to, leadership starts within, right? Like if I'm not continuously educating myself and pouring that into you and inspiring you and inspiring those around us and not letting up, like if you see me coasting, right, what are you going to do? And then what's your team going to do? And then what's everyone else going to do? Right. And to be able to surround yourself around like-minded people like us. And I know, Brian, that's why I wanted you to come on the show. Cause, Brian, you've been with us now, what, 3, maybe 4 years now?
Coming up on 3. Yeah.
Coming up on 3 years already. I'm sure you did not know what to expect when you came to work here. I've seen the exponential growth in you as a human being, as a person, as a leader, co-leader. Today is what I consider you. We're all co-leaders. And to watch that growth in you, and like you said, I'm sure other places that you came from where you worked before, I think the mindset is, it's cold out, things tend to slow down, but this is where the actual rubber meets the road, right? This is where not only are you training, physically, but mentally, your teams, you're keeping the momentum, right? We're preparing ourselves. We've actually been preparing ourselves, like you said, for a couple months now for 2025. And there are some short-term things that have affected 2024, impacted positively, that we're preparing ourselves for 2025. Like, what does it look like? Like, we've put ourselves in the position of like, what does this look like this time next year? Like, it's hard to put yourself there if you've never experienced it, but we try to do that. Like, what does this look like? where are we going to be? Who do we need? What do we need? What resources, what training and this is the time that we take advantage of that. But we've done such a great job of marketing our team, John Stauffer and Skylar and Vic and the David Brunos of the world and local IQs and have done such a great job of positioning ourselves in our market that, we're still getting leads. Like the day before Thanksgiving, the day after Thanksgiving, like the phone continues to keep ringing because of the work that we continue. We never let off the gas, like you had mentioned. And I think that's very important for those, entrepreneurs, solopreneurs, entrepreneurs, CEOs, managers, to hear that message that, if they're, and don't get me wrong, we need time to rest, time to spend good quality time with family, but there's also time, and we need to differentiate the two of now's the time that we need to put into work. Right. And so that we're prepared for spring. We have the right amount of people, the right amount of education, get our SOP straightened up. Right. Like now that the dust is starting to settle and the smoke's starting to clear a little bit, what can we improve upon and continue to keep growing as a person? So then the business, our teams, the people around us can continue to keep growing. And I think that's a major facet that I don't think enough people listen to enough podcasts. I don't think enough people listen to enough books. I don't think enough people read or even know what to read, I guess, because, self-improvement plays such a huge part. It plays everything in how you lead yourself in your professional life. The work that I'm putting in when I'm not in front of this camera, the work that I'm putting in when I'm not in the office plays such a detrimental role. I brought my workout gear with me down here, right? I didn't get to work out this morning because, like I said, we got to bed this morning and back up early this morning, but I plan on hitting the gym a little bit tonight and don't want to let up because that's where I've learned to blow off steam. That's where I found I've get some of my most creative juices flowing because of the blood flow, the sweat, and sweating out all the impurities and drinking a lot of water. And I've inspired Vic to drink a shit ton of Red Bulls. And now I'm trying to inspire him not to drink a bunch of Red Bulls. And that's a true story. I'm sorry, Vic. I hope it doesn't kill you. But I've always been a big peer pressure kind of guy, right, wrong, or indifferent. And that's really what it is, right? Like that peer pressure, that accountability. So thank you for that segue into what it is that we're doing down here in Greenville. Got a big family, the team's coming in town from Charleston, Bluffton. And like you said, we're going to review the core values with them, review some of the newer SOPs, some of the older SOPs, some of the modified SOPs, the KPI dashboard. I'm going to show everybody the new KPI dashboard that we've come up with or AJ's team's developing for us right now. And that's very exciting because of it collecting all the data and information from the 3 or 4 other applications that we use, from QuickBooks to JP to Sales Gadget to Google. It's going to pull all that stuff in, along with, unfortunately, there's still going to be some manual things that need to be put in it. But it's one place that we can go to see all the data and information and that's from continued growth, continue working on ourselves and identifying pain points and talking about them openly, right? Communication, bringing the team in, communicating. Yep, we haven't done everything great. We haven't done everything perfect, but we've learned a lot along the way. And being vulnerable with each other. I think we've had some pretty vulnerable conversations over the past 24 hours. And it's nice to know that I think you feel comfortable enough to be, what did you say? You said something to me, like, I don't totally agree with that or something like that. And I said it myself, like, I'm grateful that you feel comfortable enough to speak your mind openly. And like I said to you this morning, like, I want you to know where I'm at. It's not fair to anybody to not know. And this is the thing. If I'm not talking to you, I don't like you. Yeah. I just totally ignore you. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But when I'm picking at you, that's the thing. If you come up with a nickname, if I've come up with a nickname for you, you're in. Yeah. And that's just one thing about me. And I like to have a good time. I don't always want to take myself so damn serious. And I don't expect everybody around me to take themselves so serious, but I also need to have people around me that that know when it's time to be serious.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I mean? Like, because we want to work hard. We want to play hard too.
Yeah.
We want to go to the roof cons and, play hard.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? That's us playing hard, but we're also getting educated while we're there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's that personal development that we take home and apply it to our professional life. So yeah, that was a pretty good ramble. So anywho, Zach Fisher, posted something in here. Jim just said, yep, we'll see you tomorrow, buddy. Zach said, you remember the time that we had to fire up the generator and couldn't even hear us? So we lost power, and somehow I think the live stream was still going. I don't know how, but we ended up losing power and turning on the a generator. Like, I got this big ass diesel generator,
Mm-hmm.
and dude, it like, I don't know if we had it in the building, which we probably shouldn't have, or was it outside and it was still that damn loud. But we got everything plugged back in, and hey, we're still here. Brad Whitlock from GAF, poor guy. He's the one that could see us the whole time. He's like, all I could see was flashlights around the room as we're tripping over stuff, because we're from the show must go on.
Yeah.
Most people, I think, would have just gave up. Like, oh, that's it. We're done. Pull the plug. Or the plug was pulled. But I think a car hit a telephone pole, or there was a storm.
Yeah.
We were sitting in a flood one time. It rained so hard. Water was coming through the wall.
No.
Literally, there was this much water. I was sitting on a bar stool and I had to put my feet up. People couldn't see what was happening, but it was happening. And again, I think most people would be like, nah, we're in the middle of a flood. Sorry, monsoon came through. We're in a Chris Baker, I think, was at home on his phone pushing water out of his basement. Or was that a different flood? Yeah, so we had many floods. That was because we were up at the Top Shop when we did that episode. But yeah, this has been an integral part of the growth for me, Beyond Tool Belt, an integral growth part for TC Backer too. I think it's really helped with the camaraderie and the culture. Our team gets to see, many different faces throughout the industry. I love bringing my co-workers on, my co-leaders on too, to kind of like, one, I kind of get a sick satisfaction out of making you feel uncomfortable, which I know you don't feel uncomfortable. This is actually your second time on. We did a little side episode at the York County South Central PA's Expo.
The first one.
Yeah, it was a whole mouthful there. But I can't wait till next year. Big shout out to Lori and the girls over at the York Builders Association, which we have our home shows getting ready to come up soon, which I'm super excited about that too. That's another good team building exercise.
Yeah.
We've turned, our builder shows and stuff like that into team building exercises and stuff like that. But that's what this is really about, right? Like, we spend more time with each other than we probably do with most of our family members and stuff like that. And just trying to make the best out of it and do the best that we can do, and continuously keep growing and learning with each other. And a true genuine culture is when I'm learning more from you guys than you're learning from me.
Mm-hmm.
And that I think humility plays a big part in that too. You got to be humble enough to kind of let go of things and let people flourish and grow and bloom and blossom and things like that. We've talked a lot about that kind of stuff over the past 24 hours and in other times too. And it's like, the greatest thing is watching other people develop themselves into a leadership position. I think that is probably has become one of my biggest, happiest moments of gratitude, is watching, you in particular and Mike and Vic blossom into, an AV audio media content creating full, like the capturing of content. The 21 Turkey Salute. Did you watch the video last week that he made? Dude, so good. I mean, seriously, like I could have just cried that whole episode. Like if there would have been one that I needed to walk away from because of being in front of the camera, that would have been the episode where I was like, I can't do this. That shit got me choked up.
Yeah.
And and that's the thing. And to watch him, and I'm not taking the credit for that. He put the work in.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? My job is just to offer the resources, the tools, and it's up to you.
Yeah.
To pick it up and run with it. You know what I mean? And that's where my impact on you, I want to empower you to be able to do that with the people, your new position. And again, those are coworkers that are watching this right now. That I guess it's cat's out of the bag. Not that the word hasn't been on the street that Brian's moving into a different position, one that we didn't know we needed because of growth, right? Which is kind of cool.
I think that's the coolest kind.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? When you, like you said, when you think you have it figured out, you're going to get smacked real hard.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure. I think Mike Tyson said, what the hell he says,
everybody has a plan to get punched in the mouth
until they get punched in the mouth. Yeah, everybody's got a plan until they get punched in the mouth. Yeah. And it's so true.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, I don't know how many times I've been punched in the mouth, like seriously, kicked in the guts. And man, Joseph Hughes posted something. I think it was yesterday or this morning. But he quoted Andy Frisella about, 2% of the time, I feel like things are going good, as an entrepreneur or leader. 90% of the time, I feel like I got the guts kicked out. 90% of the time I'm getting the guts kicked out of me. 2% of the time, I feel like things are going good. And I don't remember what the 8% was. And it's so true.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I think I said yesterday to somebody, I was like, I just feel like I got the guts kicked out of me all day today. It's because I care, not because things are going wrong.
Yeah.
Or going bad. But I just, I take this serious. And Taylor, the other day, I had a conversation with Taylor in my office. And she said one of the greatest reasons why she loved working here is because of my, how much passion I have for, our team, our family,
mm-hmm.
At TC Backer Construction. And I love this thing. I love the roofing industry, the roofing industry. And I think Robert talked about this with me last night. You might've been there too. Maybe not. It might've been after you guys went up, that, the roofing industry has made me who I am today.
Mm-hmm.
Right, wrong, or indifferent. When it found me, it has molded me into the man, the life lessons that I've learned along the way. It's 30 plus years I've been in this industry. Love this industry. It's made us all today who we are. It's made Vic who he is. I mean, this dude was a security alarm genius, an electrician, prior to coming here, and an amazing musician. It's created a monster over there. I mean, this dude's a freaking genius when it comes to setting up shit and lights. He's got this fancy ass light over here
mm-hmm.
to make my cheeks look all rosy and peachy and shit. And thanks for the makeup, by the way. And he's becoming a really good makeup artist. I'm just kidding. He would probably do that for me, though.
He would if you asked him.
No, he would. So I feel like I'm taking this podcast hostage. So I guess let's talk about, like, what are some of the aha moments that you've learned along the way, not necessarily just because of being in TC Backer Construction, but some gold nuggets that our viewers and listeners would want to take away or are going to take away today that maybe they could apply in their day-to-day life, or something that you want to work on or that you have been working on, and why.
Okay. I'm gonna go back a little bit because you said something that made me think of my experience and my relationship within TC Backer. And when I first approached you and said, "Hey Ty, I want to throw my hat in for sales management,"
mm-hmm.
for that first, I think it was about 3 months in, I had to have a really hard conversation with myself and go, "Is this right? Am I doing the right thing for me? Am I doing the right thing for TC Backer? Am I the man for this spot?"
Mm-hmm.
And it was a really hard conversation to have. And I knew it was going to go one of two ways. I either need to change myself, like who I was as just a sales rep, or before I took that management position, was not going to be able to do the job. And I could do one of two things. I could either ride that out and get fired, lose respect for myself and ultimately my team, or I could buckle down, do what it needed to take, and flourish. And I still think, I still don't have it figured out. Mm-hmm. I don't think anybody's ever going to have it truly figured out. But I knew, like, having to go out and continuously apply and make that effort to be better or to change things was super important and impactful in my career. Because again, I could have just stayed complacent. It wouldn't have worked out for so long, but like, I think it's really important to recognize when you're when you're forced to make a decision, like go all in, go all in. And if you fail, you fail. But I mean, that's the only way for me personally. I can walk in with my head tilted when I walk in that office, which I think is really important. Like you said, for the listeners, if you're going to go and you're going to do something, especially way outside your comfort zone, like go all in, just do it. No matter how much it sucks, no matter how much sleep you lose, you know what I mean? Like at the end of the day, like it's more than just you. Because like coming down to Greenville, not that it's not necessarily, I don't look at that. This isn't an opportunity for me. This isn't necessarily just an opportunity for Greenville. This is the entire company. Like this is going to impact and make a difference in 10 years, because the struggles or the things that we're facing now are going to be figured out so we can plan for the next panic attack. You know what I mean? Whenever things go bad, like we can look back and say, okay, well, we ran into this situation here. It's a little different now, but I have a direction to follow. I know where to go. I know where to start.
That was good. That was good. The first thing is I like how you said go all in. Okay. I think there's only two ways you can really fail. One is not even attempting, and two, just giving up.
Yeah.
Right. Like really, that's where failure begins and ends right there. Going all in. And if you truly go all in, okay, and don't succeed, right? Because I don't even want to use fail. Think about the person you become while trying to become that person, the things that you learn, right? Like you're just better because of that.
Right.
Right. And I don't think I think fear, low self-esteem, those that they're surrounded by, have a big impact. Like even like, growing up and going through school and stuff, like our teachers influenced the way that we think today more than we realize.
Oh, for sure.
Right. Just like your parents or the kids on the street corner, our perception, that paradigm is what we were fed at an early age, right? Like you're never going to be anything. And some people use that as motivation.
Yeah.
Like I love that. Like I love the challenge. I thrive in the challenge, not only because of who it makes me become, attempting to conquer that challenge and the things that I need to work on physically, mentally, prepare myself for things like that. But it's also succeeding that goal or over exceeding that goal, right? But what's crazy about this is the ripple effect that it has and the opportunities that it creates that we didn't even know existed. Like, I talk about having a fleet manager for our vehicles. We still need one, by the way. We have people monitoring it, but 10 years ago, I never thought it would be an opportunity for someone to manage our vehicles.
Yeah.
What? The position that has been developed, who thought we were ever going to need a director of sales training? What? You know what I mean? Because I did all that. I changed the oil in my one truck, that we had, right? I did the sales. I closed the deals, right? I paid the bills. You know what I mean? Like I don't think that was the vision early on. Like that was my biggest pipe dream sitting on that bar stool. Can't fathom where we're at today.
Needing KPIs and SOPs.
Yeah, right. Like how crazy. I mean, so in this, I guess the point is, right? Like if we can do this, anybody can really do this. Maybe not you don't have to do exactly what it is that we're doing, but whatever it is that you want to accomplish, whether it's learning how to type, whether it's getting your aviation license, you're becoming a shrimp boat captain, whatever the case is, unfortunately, it's not going to just happen, right? Like you're just not going to you got to go. And I brought up the shrimp boat captain thing because I went to Georgetown, Delaware to the school and sat in with the United States Coast Guard and attempted my captain's license. So there's 3 tests. I passed 2, I failed 1, and had the opportunity to go back and just take the 1. Well, COVID hit. So unfortunately, I didn't get to finish. I still got to go back and do it. It was hard, dude. I haven't been in a classroom setting in a long time with kids half my age, right? To become a captain of a boat. Like I could, it was up to 100,000 ton boat ship. I went all in on it. Like I can't just go halfway.
Yeah.
Right. So I wanted to be able to do Royal Caribbean cruises. I wanted to be able to do cargo ships, but really I just wanted to do it because, at some point in time, because I love teaching people how to fish.
Mm-hmm.
So that's one of my passions. How's the saying go? I could give a man a fish to eat for a day, but if I teach him how to fish, he'll eat for a lifetime.
Yeah.
I love that metaphorically. And I just in general love that saying. And I enjoy actually showing people how to fish. When I'm on the water, I'm not even fishing half the time. I'm making sure everybody's baited up. If they lose their hook, I'm tying a new leader on. I'm doing that. I really love that. I love to cater to people like that. And that energy on the boat when they catch their first fish,
mm-hmm.
like, and the thrill of the hunt of finding the fish on the water. Right. But we got to put in the work.
Yeah. No
one's going to give this to us. I'm not saying that some people aren't dipped in shit and, but I honestly believe that good times create weak men, bad times create strong men or women. Okay. And we practice those principles in my household with my children. Jana just gave me a wonderful story that made my heart very happy this morning. Okay. She said to me, "Thank you for making our son into a man." I was like, okay, yeah, I guess you're welcome. Right. She goes, yesterday. So GAF, Brad Whitlock, big shout out to him again, gave us for Christmas, I think a year or two ago, this pizza oven, really nice pizza oven that I never even pulled out of the box. So Dad's not home. So Rocket pulls this pizza oven out, puts it together because it's in pieces, puts it together, texts me, "Where's the wood pellets?" I thought he's going to do a brisket or a roast on the smoker or something because we got all that meat yesterday. Well, it's a pellet stove. Literally, it's a pellet stove. Like they catch fire and it's flame cooked pizza. Like, what do you call that? Wood flamed cooked pizza. Fire oven.
Brick oven?
Brick oven. Yeah, it's got a brick oven. Yeah, it's a brick oven. Little portable brick oven. So he puts that together, reads the instructions, realizes you got to do it outside, says don't put it on the ground. So he runs out back behind the garage. He grabs 2 cinder blocks, puts it on the cinder blocks. Meanwhile, Jana is inside the house watching him run around like Ty Backer, figuring this thing out. Well, it starts to rain. What's he do? He doesn't call it quits. He goes and grabs the big table umbrella, just like he's seen Dad do at the grill when it starts to rain, brings the big, patio furniture umbrella over there. And she's like, "Ty, thank you for because I don't want weak children."
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I got Mackenzie's reading books. I've turned her on the books. I want them well-educated, well-rounded. I want them to be able to defend themselves financially, spiritually, physically. I want strong children. I want a strong family. Yeah. I don't want them to become weak and dependent on other things or outside resources. I want them to be able to, be prepared for whatever might come and create their own economy at home, create their own monetary economy, be self-sufficient. And I'm very proud. All 3 of my children, I'm very proud of. Jacob, my oldest son, he's a professional tattoo artist. He's got his own studio now. He's doing a wonderful job. It's great. Our conversations today are quite different. It's kind of cool to see the light bulb kind of go off when, Daddy wasn't always there when, Jacob was young because Daddy was at work. Now he kind of gets that. Yeah. Right. So our conversations are way different than when they were even a year ago. Yeah. To watch Mackenzie, she got a real estate license. She's freaking crushing it. She did a Facebook Live yesterday. My mom sells real estate, kind of like brand. I think she's on there with Skylar. Skylar loves to do a Facebook Live. She's talking about, raising her daughter, my granddaughter, right? And I guess they were on their way back from someplace, and Sky was like, Mom, guess what? Where's Mackenzie's like, what? I just thank God. What did you thank him for? Just thanked him for how beautiful the world is, and that thank you for just being God, and all these little precious things. And that's not exactly what she said, but I can only imagine how that made her heart melt.
Oh, I'm sure.
So at many times I'm so hard on myself. I am my own worst critic. And I think a lot of us are.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Especially men.
Yeah.
And, to hear that, to watch that, to experience what I just experienced yesterday, watching Mackenzie and Skylar on the Facebook Live, because I have worked a lot of hours and I hear people with like this work-life balance, but unfortunately, I'm from that culture of hustle. I'm from the hustle culture. And I've provided for my family. I've provided for a lot of families. And Jana knows the mission. She's got the why. And I think having the right partner in life too plays a big part in order for us to do what it is that we're doing. Shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I travel a lot. She's at home. I'm sure she's watching this right now. Big shout out to Tina and Jana, because Tina fucking ride or die, right? Almost got me choked up. But fucking Posey.
I know he started it. He called it.
Well, I'm running on fumes today, but I mean, gratitude, tears of gratitude, right? For our families, and you're my family, Brian, just so you know, and Vic and Mike and Jamie and the entire team, Kim and Tim and Amanda and everybody. Like, they're my fucking kids, man.
Yeah.
And I just want to see people. I want strong people around me.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And if you're not, we're going to fucking build you up.
Yeah. And
if you need broke, we'll break your ass too.
Yeah.
Kind of like I broke a little bit there, but we build each other up. We lift each other up. We encourage each other. Or is it always easy? No. Is it difficult at times? Yes. Is it uncomfortable? Yes. Is there times that we don't communicate? Yeah. Yeah. But we're working on it, so anywho, there was something else I wanted to touch on too that you brought up, but I can't remember what it is. Where are we at here, Vic? How far are we in this?
We are 38 minutes in.
Wow. Okay. It seemed like a lot longer than that. So Brian, you got the next 20 minutes.
We got some time.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Oh, just right there, in on the spot. Go ahead, lead it on.
Let's go.
I will tell you, and I thought this last time we came down to Greenville. It's so hard to keep up with you sometimes. And God can only imagine, because me in my world, sales. Like, I got the sales stuff, but like when you go off and you're talking vision, ideas, like, and it's multifacets. Like, it's not just backer exteriors. It's not just TC backer. Like, there's so many things that you're involved in and have ideas for. It is hard to fucking keep up sometimes. Like, to have an intelligent conversation that lasts all day, for me, it drains me sometimes. Like, I cannot fucking keep up.
I'm sorry.
I don't know how you do it. I don't know how the people around you are just like, I got it. I'm on it.
Go juice.
It's that magic cumin. Is that cumin drink?
Turmeric. Yeah, turmeric.
That's the one.
Turmeric. Yeah. Big shout out to Pedro Coolian.
So I guess leading into that is how do you stay so sharp and on? Like, you don't miss much. Like, people may think you do, but I don't think they really understand or realize, like, you've got a pretty good sense of what the fuck's going on.
Yeah. Well, first and foremost, I had to learn how to pick and choose my battles.
Yeah.
And I can't nitpick everything. Mm-hmm. I used to try to do that, and I was just killing myself.
Yeah.
So what I try to do, I try to rest. I try to exercise more now than I ever have. Mm-hmm. And I realize how important that is. And I'll be honest with you, I have a conscious contact with my higher power today that I rely on heavily.
Yeah. That
I just choose to call God. I'm not a Bible bumper. I've been to church 3 times in my life, but I've watched miracles happen before my eyes. So I know that there's a force out there in the universe that is way greater than me, that has done things for me that I couldn't do for myself. Mm-hmm. And I've tapped into that. So I think a lot of my energy and vision and tenacity comes from that. Okay. The biggest thing is resiliency and consistency. Mm-hmm. If you're going to be in a position of what I am, I have to become resilient. I got to bounce back quick.
Yeah.
I can't let little things hem me up. So that's one thing. I think a lot of people in my position focus on the 5% of what's going wrong.
Yeah.
Opposed to focusing on the 95% of what's going well. Maybe not great, maybe not awesome, maybe not fantastic, mm-hmm. right? but what's going well. Right. And I think we spend so much time wrapped up burning calories and energy and giving ourselves emotional hangovers. I've learned to put things on the back burner, which sometimes probably isn't very healthy because it's probably more so considered stuffing. I'll stuff it. Sure. Right. And then it veers its ugly head later. But sometimes you just got to put stuff over there and ask yourself the question, like, how important is it really? What's wrong with right here and right now? Mm-hmm. Can't think of anything, really. Got the roof, got the heat on. Vic actually turned the air conditioner on. But the luxury of, like, wow, we, like, especially after, like, the 21 turkey salute, like, dude, we got it good.
Mm-hmm.
We got it real good.
Yeah.
You know, could be so much worse. Could be so much better. But I'm not going to be ungrateful.
Yeah.
Right? So I think proper diet, conscious contact with your higher power, whatever you want to call it, right? Mm-hmm. Could be light switch, it could be the main beam that goes across there. It's holding this entire building up, because to me, that thing's a lot stronger than I am. Yeah. And it's probably been on this earth a lot longer than me. So whatever it is that you want to consider, Buddha, nature, mother nature, whatever, the ocean, right? Those are all powers greater than me. I don't make the sun come up and go down.
Yeah.
I don't make the ocean have waves. So something does that. And it is a power way greater than me. So I know out in the universe that there's something out there. And I've tapped into that. Like I talk to him, it, her, whatever it is, this force on a regular basis. And I think I have drive and passion for other people that keep me motivated. My family, first and foremost, for you, Jamie, Bobby. Bobby's down here killing it right now. Bobby Pearson, right? She's fucking crushing it. That's what drives me. It's drive, tenacity, and staying consistent. Tapping back into not accomplishing things that you set out to do. I think all those broken promises fuck with your self-esteem, right? So if I've made a bunch of promises to myself, whether I've verbalized them out loud for people to hear, or those promises that I make to myself while laying in bed, if I continuously break those promises, that's where my low self-esteem, low energy comes from. I think by accomplishing just small little goals, it doesn't have to be grandiose. It doesn't have to be a captain's license. It doesn't have to be those things. But just the little things like, I want to lose a pound, or, start small, but keep those promises that we make to ourselves. Your self-esteem, you would be amazed. And, this is the other thing too. Stop focusing so much on self and pour yourself into other people. Your problems won't seem as big. So I guess for a long drawn out answer, that's my answer. I think that's it, man. You know what I mean? It's a lot more than just physically working out and stuff like that. I'd say 65% of it's mental, just like the game of golf, right? It's mental. It's the things you tell yourself, right? Like, I am a piece of shit. I'm not a piece of shit. Like, what do I choose to be today? Right? Who am I going to be today? Who am I going to impact today? So yeah. So hopefully somebody got something out of that, because that's the truth. That was pure raw vulnerability there. Of course, my family drives me too. Fucking Rocket, watching him grow up, be a man, and and hear shit like that from Jan. It's like, okay, that's a win. Actually, that's a victory, right? So yeah, that's what drives. That's what keeps me going. So where are we at now, Vicky?
45 minutes.
45 minutes into it. So is there anything that you want to end this with?
Not that I can think of.
Okay. We covered some good, I think we covered some good stuff. I think it's a good podcast.
Yeah.
It was good. So I want to thank everybody for tuning in, and every week in, week out. That's what drives me. I know that there's people that I don't know if they're relying on this, but thank you for making me feel like you rely on this, because this is a big part of our life, and who we are and who we've become is behind the freaking tool belt, baby. Right. And I'm going to throw this out there. I'm going to throw the summit out there. Okay. So we're going to be hosting our first event, hopefully in Baltimore. Should be in Baltimore somewhere. I'm not going to tell you where. Undisclosed location right now, but it will be in the state of Maryland. We want to impact business owners. It'll be owners only. Our first event, we'll probably end up doing a second one closer to Q4. That will be for managers, sales, stuff like that. So the owners can bring their teams and stuff too. Might be a little larger venue that we'll probably seek out. But we want to impact business owners, mom and pop shops, people between, I'm just going to say $1 to $10 million. Share our experience, strength, and hope. Review real deep, good stuff like how to read a P&L, how to market yourself, personal brand, professional brand, company brand, how to develop a true, authentic, genuine culture, right? Like it's not pizza party shit. You know what I'm saying? Grab assery that we talk about all the fucking time. It's about accountability. Like really talk about it, like bring our team down, like our team, not that we're not going to bring in other people from the industry. It's going to be dope. It's going to be so dope. It's going to be something the industry people, when they leave this thing, they're going to be leaving with tangibles. Like they're going to leave with a book of stuff that they can take home and actually start applying today.
Right. When
we're done with this thing. And that's going to be our next big feat. It's going to be what, March, April-ish. So we're super excited about that. So thank you for inspiring me to want to impact more people's lives. Those that are watching this. So anyhow, we're going to get off here. We're probably close, getting a little closer to our hour mark here. We got a lot of work to do. Actually, it's 12:55. I got my watch on me, dipshit. Typically there used to be the ticker up at the top.
Yeah.
It's not there anymore. So anyhow, thank you guys for tuning in every week. Next week will be episode 260. Just kidding. Will be around January sometime, towards the end of January, will be our fifth year anniversary behind Tool Belt. So anyhow, thank you for tuning in every week, man. Until next week, take care of yourselves and keep it real.
Keep it real.
Keep it real. Okay.